OH! Okay, thank you very much. Good evening. Welcome to the Ohio State University at Marion Academic Recognition Awards. I'm Jen Schleter, I'm the Dean and Director here. For folks who were with us earlier today for graduation, and for the folks who were there with us for the reception earlier on, we're delighted to have you here for what we're going to call Act 2 tonight. If there are students in the house who are going to be getting academic recognition awards, we encourage you to sit over in that section over there just to make things a little bit easier. I think most of you all have naturally clumped up already. Great. All right, tonight we gathered for something this campus has been doing since 1972, when the Citizens Advisory Council established this program to recognize scholastic achievements of our students and the excellence they bring to Ohio State. That tradition is held and it holds tonight. It has been, by any measure, any way you want to measure it, a pretty wild year. A lot is going on in the world, a lot is going on in Ohio State, a lot is going on across the country. Much of it is loud, some of it is uncertain, and yet what stands out to me right now, looking out at the friends and family in this room, the faculty, the students, is excellence. It is curiosity, it's grace. That's been the through line of this year for me. Not what has pulled at our attention, but what has held it. And while this program has been around since 1972, we're bringing a new format to it tonight with a focus squarely on our students. So earlier this evening at 5:30, we held our graduation ceremony and we celebrated 19 associate's degree earners and 15 baccalaureate degree earners. And that moment belongs to them, to the work completed, to the futures they carry with them from this campus into what's next. Tonight, we're going to look at some excellence in progress. A few of the students we recognize this evening are going to be graduating very soon, but a lot of them are middle. They are mid-chapter, they are mid-question, they are mid-project, mid-discovery. So we're celebrating also work in progress, I promise. The work your faculty are proud of, not because it's finished, but because it's alive, and because the students doing it are right here still becoming. So to the faculty and the staff who have nominated and mentored these students, to the folks on the selection committees, to the advisory board whose continued support makes this program possible, thank you. What you sustain year after year is worth sustaining. And to the students being recognized tonight, we see you, we are paying attention. What you're doing here matters, and we're proud to share a little of it with the people that love you. And to those people who love them, who are here tonight, to the supporters, parents, partners, grandparents, siblings, thank you, because we know what it takes. We know about rearranged schedules, late night phone calls, quiet sacrifices, meals kept warm, tuition conversations, and the faith you've kept in someone you love while they've been doing hard work. Your students didn't get here alone. You're part of the recognition too, and we are really glad that you're in the room. So, now we're going to move to the heart of the evening. Tonight, 6 faculty members, sitting right there, 6 faculty members representing 6 of the disciplines we teach here at Ohio State Marion will each take a turn celebrating the students whose awards they're presenting. You will hear, in the words of the students' teachers and nominators, what their work looks like up close, what these students have been reading, writing, testing, asking, building. So, first, I am delighted to introduce Professor Anna Willow. Come on up, Professor Willow. Professor Willow has been teaching anthropology at Ohio State Marion since 2009. Her ethnographic work on human-environment relationships has taken her from Anishinaabe communities in northern Wisconsin and Ontario to oil and gas country in British Columbia to shale development sites right here in Ohio. She holds a PhD from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. She's the author of Strong Hearts, Native Lands, and co-editor of Extraction, and her scholarship has been supported by the Wenner Jen Foundation, among many others. Earlier this year, I had the privilege of naming her the inaugural faculty director of the Environmental Learning Labs here at Ohio State Marion in advance of the 50th anniversary of the Larry R. Yoder Prairie Learning Labs in 2027, so she can help us imagine the entire campus as a living laboratory. Anna.
Thank you all for being here tonight. The Student Club Leadership Award is presented to Jim Samaisic. Jim is a second-year engineering technology student from Brecksville, Ohio. During the fall semester, Jim identified a need for a student organization focused on fitness that would create a sense of community for students in the George Albert Student Center. In response, he initiated and developed the Campus Weightlifting Club. Establishing a student organization at Ohio State Marion requires a strong commitment, including cooperation and coordination with other students, securing a faculty or staff advisor, leading the development of a club constitution, and actively recruiting members. Jim successfully completed each of these steps. Throughout the academic year, the weightlifting club has continued to grow and now meets weekly for workouts. Through his leadership, Jim has created an inclusive space for students to connect, stay active, and build community. His initiative exemplifies the meaningful experiences students can gain when they step forward into leadership roles. Congratulations, Jim. It is now my honor to present this year's Environmental Citizenship Award to someone who is nominated not once, not twice, but 4 separate times by members of our campus community. Eric Bailey is a student who has become a keystone of our campus ecosystem, co-leading the initiative to bring beehives to the Larry R. Yoder Prairie and dedicating countless hours to the physical and technical management of the campus's Veterans Garden. Described by his nominators as someone who distinguishes himself as an environmental steward with a wealth of knowledge in gardening, agriculture, and sustainable practices, this student's impact is both practical and profound. Whether propagating seeds, organizing field trips to repurposed industrial sites, or educating the public at Talks on Tap, Eric Bailey's environmental citizenship will have a far-reaching impact on this campus long after he graduates with his engineering technology degree. Congratulations, Eric. The World Languages Awards are presented tonight to 2 students who exemplify outstanding academic achievements in their respective language course sequences. I'm honored to recognize Kaylee Cotter as the recipient of the World Languages Award for American Sign Language at The Ohio State University, Marion. I share these words from American Sign Language instructor Emily Fermier. I have had the pleasure of teaching Kaylee for the past 2 semesters, and during that time she has consistently demonstrated dedication and initiative in her learning. She asks thoughtful questions, seeks clarity when needed, and approaches every aspect of the course with intention and care. She also contributes in meaningful ways that enhance the learning experience for everyone, whether it's offering helpful observations, staying engaged, or supporting the overall flow of class. Kaylee demonstrates strong signing skills, a clear understanding of ASL grammar, and a genuine appreciation for deaf culture. It is truly a pleasure to recognize her achievement. Congratulations, Kaylee. Associate Professor Lita Camacho Platero has selected our next recipient for their excellent work in the Spanish language sequence. Avery Seeley is from Marysville, Ohio, and is currently in her 2nd year, pursuing a degree in human resources through the Fisher College of Business. Dr. Camacho Platero has had the absolute pleasure of teaching Avery for 3 semesters. She is an exceptional student who consistently arrives thoroughly prepared and brings a genuine enthusiasm to the classroom. Her positive attitude and love for learning were evident every single day, making her a true joy to have in the classroom. Those of us who have had the privilege of teaching her know how special she is. She is truly the kind of student every instructor hopes for. Beyond the classroom, Avery's dedication is equally impressive. As both a member and officer of the Spanish Club, she has volunteered her time and energy without hesitation, helping to organize activities and faithfully attending every Spanish table. I cannot think of a more deserving recipient of the World Languages Award at Ohio State Marion. Avery represents the very best of what this award is meant to recognize.
We're figuring it out. Hi, everybody. Thank you very much, Professor Willow, and congratulations to all the students. Next up is Professor Ben McCorkle. Professor McCorkle teaches composition, rhetoric, and digital media studies at Ohio State Marion, where his scholarship examines how our tools, from the printing press to the smartphone, quietly shape the way that we write, read, and communicate. He holds a PhD from The Ohio State University and is the author of Rhetorical Delivery as Technological Discourse and co-author with Jason Palmieri of 100 Years of New Media Pedagogy, which he received the Sweetland Digital Rhetoric Collaborative Book Prize for its century-long study of how technology has reshaped English teaching. He currently serves as co-director of the Digital Archive of Literacy Narratives and as our writing program administrator here at Ohio State Marion. He is one of 7 winners of the prestigious Alumni Award for Distinguished Teaching on our campus right now, and he has a long-standing reputation among his students as one of the reasons why they keep coming back to class. Ben.
Well, I don't know about all that. So the winner of this year's Digital Media Composition Award is Corey Dilling for her animated short titled Concord 2, completed for Sarah Crosby's English Narrative and Medicine course. Corey is a ranked 2 student from Columbus pursuing a degree in air transportation. One judge remarked on the winning submission, quote, "I really like the abstract yet concrete atmosphere of this piece. It's both about and not about the creator." Said another, "The sketch-style animation allows the viewer to project themselves into the narrative. Overall, this is a very strong piece with good production values." Corey's piece was on display at the reception earlier this evening, and we're grateful that so many were able to view and appreciate her good work. Congratulations, Corey. Professor Pete Dully selected 2 students to receive the Howard Honors Book Award from his English 1110 Honors Composition course taught in autumn semester. Pete shared these comments on the 2 students selected. "Riley Orner is a kind and creative soul, wise beyond his years. He's adventurous and willing. He's one student who I can count on to show up for the screening of a film, whether it's in Columbus or Marion, and to have insightful and funny things to say about it afterwards." Congratulations, Riley. Adrian Queen is a great favorite of mine. This is Pete talking about it. Is a great favorite of mine in their open-mindedness and consideration towards their peers. They're an exemplary student in their commitment to humane and considered connection with others, in addition to being wicked smart. Congratulations, Adrian. So the S.D. LaShawn Literary Award is presented to one recipient in the lyric category and another in the narrative category. The lyric award goes to Eliza Rodriguez for her poem Daffodil Echoes. Our judge writes about how, quote, "Through the poetic voice of a daffodil, the lyrical I interrogates herself and questions imposed external authorities. The self does not ask, who am I, but rather, am I enough? A question framed by expectation rather than identity. Self-conscious and socially constrained female voice lives within a system that defines her worth primarily through her reproductive capacity, obedience, and endurance. His anguished, confrontational, defiant, bitter tone helps to expose the emotional and existential cost of being reduced to reproductive function. Written in free verse, the poem reinforces opposition to imposed order. Its images do not decorate, instead they argue and are ethically sharp, urging the reader to consider not what womanhood is, but who defines it." Congratulations, Eliza. All right. The winner of the Narrative Award is Jack Harden for his story Roadkill. Our judge writes that this author has created a cohesive short story which offers a sophisticated and nuanced characterization of war. Thematically, this is a very timely and brave story, and it forces the reader to engage with it. The plot unfolds with control, and the story is tightly structured. Each scene deepens the tension rather than merely advancing the action. The writer avoids melodrama and uses symbolism with purpose. Restrained and potent, the figurative language never distracts the reader from the story. The two soldiers' dialogue is sharp and raw and gradually intensifies from each chatter to moral confrontation. Both of them have distinct personalities and represent opposing ways of understanding war and valuing human life. The characters are complex and evolve at a steady and controlled pace to their psychological and moral deterioration. This is the work of a young writer who already knows the complex craft of creative writing. Congratulations, Jack. But wait, there's more. The Babbage Writing Award. The Babbage Writing Awards celebrate the best papers submitted in Ohio State Marion courses. This year we honor two works of student writing that demonstrate profound critical thinking and originality. Written for English 3264, Monsters Without and Within, in Autumn 25 with Professor Sarah Crosby. First, we honor Michael Price for his insightful essay on Jordan Peele's film, Nope. In this work, Michael connects the movie's cosmic horror to the heavy real-world issues of systemic racism and environmental exploitation. The committee was impressed by the paper's nuanced analysis of the mechanistic worldview, skillfully arguing how the human desire to dominate both nature and marginalized communities ultimately backfires. It's a thoughtful piece of cultural critique that challenges us to look closer at the spectacle of our own history. Well done and congratulations, Michael. And while our first recipient looked outward at the vast systemic horrors of the world, our next award winner turns that critical lens inward, exploring the psychological shadows and the domestic monsters that haunt our personal development. Continuing this evening's celebration of exceptional critique, we're proud to present the next Babbage Writing Award to Autumn Silverio for her paper, What the Other Mother Really Means. In this thoughtful deconstruction of the film Coraline, Autumn argues that the infamous beldam, or other mother, is far more than a stereotypical storybook villain. By weaving together folklore, bug theory, and the archetypal temptations of a Faustian deal, she explores how this monster represents the terrifying transition from childhood to adulthood. The committee was particularly moved by the paper's exploration of greed and the perfect illusions we create to escape reality. It is a sophisticated analysis that proves that sometimes the most effective horror isn't found in the unknown, but in the reflections of our own human nature. Please join me in a warm round of applause for Autumn.
See, now she's learning to cue me over there. That's what we want. Thank you, Professor McCorkle. Next up is Associate Professor Renee Bowley. Dr. Bowley teaches chemistry and biochemistry at Ohio State Marion, where her research investigates antibiotic resistance and how cancer cells repair damage to their DNA, two frontiers where the stakes for human health are enormous. She holds a PhD in organic chemistry from the University of Notre Dame and completed postdoctoral work at the University of Michigan, and her current research program is supported by a multi-year grant from the National Cancer Institute, with undergraduate researchers from this campus regularly co-authoring her published papers. Recently, she was named the College of Arts and Sciences Early Career Faculty Excellence Award winner, an honor reserved for faculty whose excellence spans research, teaching, and service all at once, and for whom, as with Dr. Bowley, students are not an audience for the work, but collaborators in it. And that is exactly what we are here to celebrate tonight. Renee.
Thank you so much for that very kind introduction. All right, so our first award that I'll be presenting today is the Ohio State Marion Biological Sciences Award, which is presented to Wesley Bush. Dr. Ruben Petraka shares that Wesley was an outstanding undergraduate student who majored in biology and maintained a 4.0 GPA. Wesley has also done undergraduate research, which resulted in the publication of a first author peer review and two more that are in preparation. He has used computational techniques to analyze mutations arising in cancer cells. Wesley was awarded the James Comprehensive Cancer Center Undergraduate Pelotonia Scholarship, which underscores his dedication to research. Wesley intends to pursue a PhD in computational biology. And then he was mentored by Ruben Petraka as well as myself. So congratulations, Wesley. The next award is for the, for the Chemistry Award. Nika Duff is the recipient of this year's Ohio State Marion Chemistry Award. Nika is finishing her junior year majoring in biology and has been involved in the Boley Research Lab, with my lab, for almost 2 years. She was recently awarded a summer fellowship through the Undergraduate Research Apprentice Program in order to work full-time on her research with me this summer. And she has discovered a passion for biochemistry, research, and teaching, and plans to pursue a PhD after graduating to reach her career goals of being a college instructor. Congratulations, Nika. So our next award is the Charles River Laboratory Award for Biology and Chemistry, which is presented to Cameron Mackey. Ryan Yoder shared the following comments. Cameron is an exceptional student whose academic excellence, research productivity, and leadership set her apart as a true role model for her peers. She consistently ranks at the top of her class, earning a 4.0 GPA, and her intellectual curiosity and remarkable work ethic drive her to exceed expectations in her research. Cameron has earned multiple opportunities to present her works both locally and nationally at the American Chemical Society. In addition to her academic and research achievements, Cameron demonstrated leadership through her involvement in campus organizations, all while balancing part-time work in a pharmacy as a first-generation college student. She has been awarded a summer fellowship through the Undergraduate Research Apprentice Program to continue her research this summer. Congratulations, Cameron. Our next award is for the Andy Vick STEM Award, which is presented to Isabella, or Izzy Booth. Izzy is currently finishing her sophomore year and has already completed 1 year of undergraduate research with me. Last year, she was awarded a summer fellowship through the Undergraduate Research Apprentice Program, co-authored a publication that's currently in review, and most recently was just awarded a Pelotonia Undergraduate Scholarship to continue another year of research. She is very passionate about antibiotic resistance and infectious diseases and plans to continue in more education and pursue a PhD after completing her bachelor's in biochemistry. Congratulations, Izzy. The Ohio State Marion Earth Science Award is presented to Callie Schweinfurt. Callie is unable to be here this evening, but will be sure to share the following comments provided by Professor Eric Mumford with her. Callie is a second-year student pursuing a degree in primary education and is from Marysville, Ohio. She is one of the few students who has taken every single earth science course available at Ohio State Marion. If I were to describe Callie in one word, I would call her conscientious. Callie is the type of student who completes every assignment as soon as it's available and who, if you forget to upload an assignment, will email you to remind you about it. Despite nearly always being convinced that she performed badly on exams, she was always one of the highest scoring students. So congratulations, Callie. All right, the next award is the William K. Davis Engineering Award, which is presented to as many as 3 students pursuing an engineering degree. It's my pleasure to introduce this year's recipients in alphabetical order. The comments I'll share have been provided by the engineering faculty. Our first award winner is Khaled Ali, who distinguished himself as an exceptional student through the fundamentals of engineering courses. He consistently engaged in class discussions and demonstrated mastery of the subject matter. The lad was self-motivated and consistently submitted high-quality work on time. During the software design project, he showed a collaborative spirit and a genuine commitment to learning, making him a valuable presence in the classroom. With a profound grasp of core engineering principles and a proven ability to apply them to complex problems, his final grade of an A in the class and a 4.0 GPA are a testament to his dedications. Congratulations, Khaled. Our next award winner is Aaron Bush, who is a first-year engineering technology student who chose a path in higher education that often requires the courage to pivot. Transitioning from engineering to the engineering technology program, Aaron has shown a remarkable maturity and clarity of purpose. Throughout this transition, he has approached his coursework with a rare level of patience and steadfast perseverance, which is reflected in his outstanding grades in the manufacturing process course. Rather than being deterred by challenges, he treats them as opportunities to refine his technical skills. He is always the first to ask questions and clarify his doubts during lecture, which is appreciated by his professors. His journey is a powerful example of how dedication and a focused mindset led to academic success, making him a truly deserving recipient of this award. Congratulations, Aaron. Our last award recipient is Kenny Ng, a first-year student pursuing electrical and computer engineering. Kenny's performance in his calculus and fundamentals of engineering courses has been nothing short of exemplary. He demonstrated excellent discipline and a strong work ethic, completing all assignments properly. He maintained a positive attitude, his ability to stay focused, and his commitment to excellence made him stand out in class. Beyond his technical proficiency, Kenny approached his coursework with a disciplined curiosity, frequently bridging the gap between theoretical calculus and practical engineering applications. His work ethic combined with academic achievements mark him as a student of immense potential and deserving of this recognition. Congratulations.
Everybody's going to make sure I get on track. Thank you very much, Renee. Next up, I'm delighted to introduce Assistant Professor Abigail Stebbins. Dr. Stebbins teaches elementary education at Ohio State Marion, where she prepares future teachers to design inquiry-based lessons that cross disciplines and cultivate democratic citizenship, work she comes to having first spent years as a second-grade classroom teacher in Northeast Ohio. She earned her PhD from Penn State, her Master of Education from Kent State, and her bachelor's from the College of Worcester. And her research examines the everyday social and civic learning that happens in elementary classrooms, including how American symbols like the Liberty Bell or the Statue of Liberty are being taught through widely circulated online curriculum. On our campus, she also co-advises the Education Club, which means some of the students she's recognizing here tonight are the same students that she and her colleagues are preparing to stand in front of their own classrooms and teach the next generation of Ohio's children. Abigail.
History Awards recognize the best essay written in a lower and an upper division history course and overall excellence in the history major. Isabella Pershke is a first-year student from Lewis Center, Ohio, pursuing a degree in biology. According to Dr. Genova, Isabella's writing reflected deep thought and analysis. Isabella dove deep into each topic and consistently produced excellent work. She's honored with this award for her paper, Political Philosophies of the 19th Century, which was written in History 2204 Modern Europe since 1789 in the spring semester with Professor Genova. Congratulations, Isabella. Elisa Fraley is from Mechanicsburg, Ohio. She's a rank 3 student pursuing a degree in middle childhood education. Her paper, Peace, Love, and Protest, the Hippie Movement of the 1960s, was written in History 3017, the 60s, in Autumn 25 semester with Professor Genova. According to Dr. Genova, Elisa was an enthusiastic and engaged student who always brought an intense and positive curiosity to the class that enriched the experience for all students. Congratulations, Elisa. Micah Harris is a senior history major from Upper Sandusky, Ohio. Dr. Genova shares that that Micah has always been a diligent and engaged student who has been open to exploring a variety of themes and always seeks the deeper meaning in his work across all courses. Micah is always an important presence in class and gently and greatly enhances the engagement of his colleagues. It's a pleasure to celebrate his overall achievement as a student of history. Congratulations, Micah. And now for an honor in my field of education. In her 3 years as a student in Ohio State Marion's primary education program, Madeline Arajema has proven herself to be an excellent student and a very promising educator. Maddie has a passion for learning. She has excelled in each and every one of her courses, including mine, gaining the knowledge and skills required to be the very best teacher she can be. Maddie excels in her field work, as well as exceptional performance in the classroom. As a pre-service teacher, Maddie works to transmit her own passion for learning to her students. Her field supervisors and mentor teachers complement the high level of engagement and participation she fosters in the classroom. They note her maturity in managing classroom behaviors and the care that she shows to the needs and development of individual students. To reward her outstanding performance as a student and an educator, Maddie has been chosen as this year's recipient of the Dan and Mildred Mitchell Education Scholarship. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Dr. Stebbins. Next up, I want to introduce to you Associate Professor Vanessa Sawicki. Dr. Sawicki teaches social psychology at Ohio State Marion, where her research examines why some of our opinions are firm and others are not, how we behave when we feel uncertain or conflicted, and what pushes us to seek out information that agrees with us and resist the information that doesn't. She holds a PhD from Purdue, a master's from San Diego State, and a Bachelor of Science from Worcester State. Her published work in journals like Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin has been applied to questions ranging from interpersonal attraction to political engagement to how the public responds to sustainability initiatives. On our campus, she also advises the Psychology Club and mentors undergraduate researchers, and tonight she will recognize students across several categories of academic excellence, a reminder that the work we're celebrating this evening is happening everywhere on campus, all at once. Vanessa.
Thank you so much. So the Psychology Research Award recognizes outstanding research in a faculty-mentored setting and is presented to Liv Frazier. Liv is a remarkable student and an impressive human being. They came to OSU Marion in their junior year after finishing their sophomore year at Ohio University. Not only are they a double major in psychology and criminology, the president of Psychology Club, but also the only student representative on the Dean's Advisory Board, serving alongside the mayor, VPs, and other important members of the Marion community. I have had the pleasure of getting to know Liv in several of my classes. However, this year it has been an honor to mentor their undergraduate thesis project on an individual's willingness to engage in collective action. They have presented this important research at the Community of Scholars Forum here on campus, at Midwestern Psychological Association Conference in Chicago, and most recently, this week in fact, at the annual Student Research and High Impact Practices Globin here at Marion. When I look ahead, I see a bright future for this rock star student. Liv is deeply passionate about the fields of psychology and criminology, particularly around helping those who are involved with the justice system. Liv hopes to work with the justice-involved incarcerated individuals, helping them work towards reintegration after graduation. It is clear the world is a better place with people like Liv. Congratulations. Savannah Parsons is the recipient, very passionate about this student obviously, is the recipient of this year's Hannah Russell Community Impact Award. While Savannah is a dedicated scholar who is making her mark academically, it is her profound dedication to the youth of our community that we honor with this award. Over the past 3 semesters, Savannah has served as a cornerstone of the PALS program, providing steady patience, care, and guidance to students at Harding High School. Savannah's professionalism is so exceptional that she was selected by our partners at Marion Mentors to represent the very best of the program in an official OSU promotional video. Her leadership extends beyond her own mentorship. She has become a powerful ambassador for service, successfully recruiting a new generation of mentors to follow in her footsteps. By modeling what meaningful community engagement looks like, Savannah has made an invaluable impact that will be felt at Harding High School long after she graduates. Please join me in recognizing Savannah Parsons. The undergraduate Academic Excellence Awards recognize up to 2 students in each rank, first year, sophomore, junior, and senior, who meet the criteria listed on the screen. The recipients of this award represent the very best at The Ohio State University at Marion through combined classroom engagement and aptitude research, out-of-class involvement, and broad community service. Each student recognized submitted an essay detailing their involvement, and a faculty member wrote a letter of support. I will be giving awards to the first year, sophomore, and junior students. As each student is introduced, I'll share some of the highlights from their essay, recommendation letter, and selection committee. Our first Undergraduate Excellence Award in the first year category goes to Rahi Tini Basu. Tini is a first year biological sciences major on the pre-med medical track who embodies the spirit of scholarly rigor and compassionate leadership. Academically, her professors describe her as an excellent student who consistently performs at the highest level. Her potential was recognized early through a scholarship from the Albert Trust Fund, reflecting her dedication to mastering challenging coursework and her passion for academic discovery. She is going beyond the classroom, involving herself in multiple research projects on colitis, renal cancer cell growth, and non-hormonal management of endometriosis. Looking towards the future, this summer she will expand her international research reach through the BOOST program at the BC Children's Hospital Research Institute in British Columbia, where she will focus on neonatal hemodynamics. Please join me in congratulating Tini Basu for her impressive academic achievements and her dedication to the future of medicine. Our next undergraduate academic excellence recipient is Ria Parma, a pre-health and rehabilitation sciences major on the pre-medical track who has distinguished herself through both academic performance and a heart for service. In her first year at Ohio State Marion, Ria is a great student tackling a rigorous curriculum. Her professors describe her as a leader among students who not only masters complex material, but also consistently supports her classmates in their own learning. This combination of intellectual strength and a collaborative spirit makes her a standout member of our academic community. Ria's commitment to the well-being of others is equally impressive. For nearly 2 years, she has been a dedicated volunteer at Riverside Methodist Hospital, serving as a guest guide and assisting with patient discharges. She is a dedicated member of Buckeye-thon, a long-standing supporter of the Walk to End Alzheimer's. Please join me in recognizing Ria Palmer for her unwavering work ethic, her academic excellence, and her profound dedication to serving our community. Our next Undergraduate Academic Excellence Award goes to Kaylee Cotter, a sophomore English major specializing in writing, rhetoric, and literacy. Kaylee is a student who exceeds academic standards while excelling in campus engagement as well. Her academic prowess catches the attention of her professors, who describe her as possessing a skill set far above her current rank. Indeed, they note her ability to produce research that exceeds expectations for an undergraduate. Beyond her individual research, Kaylee is a vital part of our campus culture. She assists in the publication of the Cornfield Review, has taken a leadership role in the Pay It Forward program's crowdfunding efforts, and is an active member of the Sustainability Club. Looking ahead, Kaylee will serve as a research intern for the Digital Archives of Literacy Narratives this fall, where she will launch an independent project exploring the intersection of musical education and academic literacy. Please join me in congratulating Kaylee Cotter for her exceptional academic achievements and her exemplary leadership. Okay, also receiving an Undergraduate Excellence Award is Aisha Rabini, a neuroscience major whose journey is defined by a relentless drive for academic discovery and a deep-seated commitment to healthcare equity. Aisha's transition to Ohio State Marion has been marked by immediate impact. In her very first semester, she quickly distinguished herself as a formidable presence in the lab. Working in a molecular genetics laboratory, Aisha took the initiative to lead a project when senior students were unavailable. Aisha is already a co-author on a manuscript currently under revision, and she's been selected to lead a major project with the James Cancer Center investigating why colon cancer incidence is rising among young adults. Aisha's leadership extends far beyond the research bench. As the lead head of the service committee for Project Shakti, she coordinates menstrual care initiatives for women in rural India. Closer to home, she serves as a leader within the Columbus Clinic Group, providing hospitality for over 500 patients per semester and volunteers at the North Free Clinic. Please join me in honoring Aisha Rabini for her outstanding research contributions and her visionary leadership. Okay, moving on to our juniors. Our next Academic Excellence Award goes to Emma Garoppolo. Emma is a junior marketing major who defines academic excellence not just by the grades on her transcripts, but by the integrity and growth she brings to every challenge. Emma has an outstanding academic record. She has earned an Associates of Arts degree, summa cum laude, and has been on the Dean's List for 6 consecutive semesters. Emma's impact on the Marion campus and the broader community is profound. For nearly 2 years, she has served as the writing consultant, helping her peers find confidence in their writing voices. Her professional excellence was on full display this past summer during her internship with the Marion Area Chamber of Commerce. Emma didn't just assist with marketing, she took the lead, teaching a Canva design course to small business representatives and helping the chamber find innovative, cost-effective ways to connect with the community. Please join me in congratulating Emma Garoppolo for her remarkable academic achievements and her dedicated leadership. I'm also pleased to introduce our next Academic Excellence Award winner, Isabella Huth. Isabella, or Izzy, as she is known to her peers, is a biochemistry major whose journey at Ohio State Marion is a testament to the power of perseverance, curiosity, and academic transformation. Since joining our campus, she has excelled in her classes while navigating some of the university's most rigorous coursework, including organic chemistry, microbiology, and Calculus 3. However, Izzy's true home is in the research laboratory. She secured a competitive undergraduate research apprentice program award and has become a vital member of the Booley Lab, where she investigates the antimicrobial mechanisms of opportunistic pathogens. Her work on cancer and antibiotic resistance is already reaching the professional sphere, co-authoring a research paper under review for publication, presenting her research to the campus community, and soon to the American Chemical Society. Please join me in recognizing Isabella Huth for her extraordinary academic achievements and her commitment to the future of infectious disease research.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sawicki. Next up is Associate Professor Scott Zimmerman. He will give the senior level undergraduate excellence awards. Dr. Zimmerman teaches mathematics at Ohio State Marion, where his research lives in a field called analysis on metric spaces. Right? Yeah. A part of mathematics concerned with how we measure distance, shape, and motion in spaces far stranger than the familiar 3 dimensions we live in. He earned his PhD from the University of Pittsburgh. His published work appears in journals, including the Journal of Geometric Analysis. And when he isn't thinking about the geometry of abstract spaces, he plays saxophone, as we all heard him earlier this evening. With his colleague Chris Orban in physics, he also co-leads STEM coding, which brings free hands-on coding activities into high school math and science classrooms, often using the physics of video games, for example, to teach students computer science through the subjects that they are already taking, and which Ohio State's Office of Outreach and Engagement recently named one of 18 programs university-wide for excellence in engaged scholarship. Scott.
senior level, the Undergraduate Excellence Award at The Ohio State University at Marion is reserved for students who demonstrate a profound commitment to scholarship, a relentless drive for discovery, and a leadership spirit that elevates our entire campus community. This award recognizes those who have not only mastered a rigorous curriculum, but have also expanded the boundaries of their field through original research and dedicated service. First, we're proud to honor Cameron Mackey, a first-generation college student. Cameron's journey is defined by a passion for learning. That has been evident since her earliest days in the classroom. She is a biology major who's recognized as a Pandy Endowed Scholarship recipient, as well as a recipient of the Ohio State Marion Biological Sciences Award. Her research advisor, Professor Ryan Yoder, notes that Cameron is one of the most dedicated students he's ever mentored. Even sitting in on a difficult organic chemistry lecture she'd already completed just to ensure she had the strongest possible foundation for her future. This dedication translated into a masterful project on molecular modeling for drug design, which Professor Yoder described as one of the most thorough reports he's ever evaluated. Let us now have a round of applause for Cameron Mackey. Next, we're also honored to recognize Jared Moody as a recipient of the Undergraduate Excellence Award in the senior category. A social work major, Jared describes Ohio State Marion as the catalyst that transformed his potential into a powerful force for leadership and service. Jared has maintained an exemplary academic record, characterized by what his professors call a natural confidence and a genuine desire to master the complexities of social work. His instructor, Terry Kinsway, notes that Jared treats every individual with profound respect and truly doesn't know a stranger, often being the first to volunteer in class and encouraging his peers to do the same. His impact on our campus culture has been nothing short of transformative. Jared serves as the president of two major student organizations, the Buckeye Food Alliance and the Career Closet. In these roles, he manages the distribution of healthy food through the Scarlet Shelf and provides professional clothing to students in need. His leadership is defined by a commitment to removing the stigma associated with these services, ensuring that every student feels supported and seen. Furthering his commitment to student well-being, Jared serves as a social work intern at the Counseling and Wellness Center. There, he manages a caseload of fellow students, establishing rapport and connecting them to vital resources like the friendly fridge. Jared views leadership not as an iron fist, but as the art of motivating others towards a common transformative goal. Jared plans to carry this personalized, empathetic approach into his professional career as a social worker. Please join me in celebrating Jared Moody. The C. Eugene Maynard Academic Excellence Award represents the pinnacle of undergraduate achievement at The Ohio State University at Marion. Named in honor of our campus's first dean and director, this award serves as a lasting tribute to C. Eugene Maynard, whose leadership and vision helped lay the foundation for the thriving academic community we share today. Today, we're proud to recognize Eliza Rodriguez. Eliza is a first-generation student pursuing a Bachelor of Arts in English with a minor in medical humanities. Her academic record is marked by consistent Dean's List honors and a relentless pursuit of knowledge. Beyond the classroom, Eliza has become a pillar of our campus culture. She's served as a writing consultant, a student ambassador providing tours to hundreds of community youth, and the president of the Kapow Creative Writing Club. Her advisor, Professor Ben McCorkle, describes her as a generous colleague and an invaluable asset who represents the very best of the Buckeye spirit. Eliza's commitment to Marion is perhaps most visible in her innovative research. As the very first undergraduate research fellow for the Digital Archive of Literacy Narratives, she completed a senior thesis titled Letters, Words, Characters, documenting and analyzing literacy learning in Marion, Ohio. Her work captures the vital stories of our community, ensuring that the local history of literacy support is preserved for future generations. Her dedication extends into the community through her internship and grant review work with the United Way of North Central Ohio, where she advocates for social equity and addresses critical issues like food insecurity. Supported by the Ohio State Marion Honors Program and our dedicated alumni, this award celebrates persistence, intellectual curiosity, and local roots. Eliza Rodriguez does not just meet these standards, she elevates them. Please join us in celebrating Eliza. Our last award for this evening is the John T. Mount Academic Excellence Award, and is unique in recognizing an outstanding student who is now graduating and completing coursework on the Columbus campus after starting their college experience here at Ohio State Marion. It's my pleasure to introduce Maj Al-Marawi as this year's recipient. Maj is a neuroscience major and medical pharmacology minor whose journey at Ohio State Marion is a powerful example of how intellectual curiosity can be transformed into a platform for global impact. Maj has defined his time at Ohio State through a relentless pursuit of discovery and a thoughtful fusion of science and service. He has emerged as a premier undergraduate researcher, working under Dr. Renee Bowie and Dr. Ruben Petreka. Maj has led independent projects investigating molecular mechanisms in human cancers. Everyone knows. His mentor highlights his exceptional maturity and independence, stating, "Maj's performance in the laboratory is outstanding. It is a testament to his level of maturity, work ethic, and drive that he's able to perform this work with little supervision. He's an excellent candidate for this award, as he has taken ownership of an independent research project while still excelling academically. This drive led Maj to serve as the first author on a manuscript published in the journal Cancer Genetics, a level of achievement rarely seen at the undergraduate level. Maj's vision, however, extends far beyond the laboratory. Inspired by his family's Syrian heritage, he's dedicated to dismantling the cultural and language barriers that create health disparities. He founded the Syrian American Medical Society, OSU chapter, and organized the university's first global health symposium, open to both undergraduate and graduate students. He even developed medical Arabic workshops to train future healthcare professionals in providing culturally competent care. He's a 2025 Barry M. Goldwater Scholarship recipient and a current Fulbright Scholarship semi-finalist awaiting decision on that award. Please join me in recognizing Maj Al-Marawi for his profound scholarly contributions and his timeless advocacy for equity in medicine.
Well, I mean, y'all, I am just blown away by the excellence in this room, both faculty and students. Can we have another round of applause for our So, tonight we recognize 31 students across 35 awards, a group that captures, as well as any group we could assemble in one room, the intellectual life of this campus in motion. What we've celebrated this evening is curiosity being rewarded, effort being witnessed, and futures being shaped in classrooms and labs across Ohio State Marion. The promise in this room is immense, and it belongs to the students who earned it. I also got to say that a program like this happens because people work to make it happen. So there are lots of folks in this room that I'm looking at to say thanks, but especially I want to thank Dr. Donna Babazayer, our Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, a sociologist whose scholarship on gender and inequality has shaped both her field and the way she leads here. For getting this whole show together. Thank you, Donna. Yes. And I want to thank Chris Trapp, back in the back there. Yeah, there you are. Chris Trapp, our Director of Student Affairs, who began her career at Ohio State Marion as an academic advisor more than 20 years ago, and who has spent every year since helping students navigate what college asks of them, especially those for whom college is a new terrain. Donna and Chris, thank you. Nothing about tonight would have happened without you. Students, supporters, faculty, staff, whatever else this year has been, it has also been this, and this is what I'm going to remember. Thank you so much for being here, and good night.